training session. It's my great pleasure to be your host. I am Matthew. I am a Senior International Officer and the Regional Lead for the Americas, for the Middle East, North Africa, and for Europe. So I cover a lot of things at Dundee, hence why I've been asked to do this training session with you. We're going to be covering lots of things. I'll give you a general introduction to the university. I will tell you about our programs, our tuition fees, our scholarships, where Dundee is, and what's so wonderful about it. Hopefully everyone can understand me. I have quite a thick Scottish accent, so hopefully I'm intelligible and you can make out what I'm saying. Please do stick with us. Thank you so much for tuning into this training, and we hope you learn a lot. But we'll just get started right away. Hello everyone, we're going to be talking in this short video a little bit about why you would want to study in Scotland, and specifically what the University of Dundee is like, to give you a brief introduction of who we are and what we represent. Now, before we can talk about how great Dundee is, I just want to talk about what a wonderful study destination Scotland is. So Scotland's universities, and Dundee of course is in Scotland, as we will discuss. They have a world-renowned reputation for excellent research, for excellent graduate prospects, for flexible degree programs, and for outdoor activities and outdoor learning. So some of Scotland's universities are the very best in the world for research, particularly at the University of Dundee. We have a very important research program where we have created a longer-lasting ice cream, Your Welcome World. We also do world-renowned research into malaria, into drug discovery. We have a collaboration with CERN, the people with the Large Hadron Collider. Dundee very much at the heart of that Scottish-focused research initiative that kind of pervades Scottish higher education. A crucial thing I need to note, many international students, when they come to Scotland, they think that it's going to be very, very cold and very wet. I've never met an international student who doesn't think that. And we just want to emphasize as much as possible in these training sessions that the weather in Scotland is actually quite pleasant. It is very temperate. It is very rarely too warm or too cold. We get a little bit of snow in the winter time, but usually it's a very kind of temperate climate, somewhere right in the middle of comfortable. It's rarely too warm or too cold. And we really want to make sure that international students who are coming to study in Scotland know that about us. Now, specifically, where is Dundee in the UK? We've marked on this map in red. For those who are maybe not familiar with us yet, you can see where we're situated. So Dundee actually does have its own airport. Sadly, it is not an international airport, but there are flights a few times a week from Dundee's airport to other places in the UK. So you can fly from Dundee to London Heathrow. So if there are students who are arriving in London, they can fly from Heathrow to Dundee, which is very exciting. There's also a train which takes Dundee all the way down and connects it with London. That train runs several times a day, and it's about a 5.5 to 6 hour train ride. We're also connected with other places in Scotland. Bigger cities like Glasgow and Edinburgh are only an hour away. So for a relatively small city located on the east coast of Scotland, Dundee is actually remarkably well connected. I'm also going to emphasize this. Dundee is statistically the sunniest city in Scotland. It's a very temperate, very pleasant climate. Like I said, occasionally snow in the winter, but because of where we are situated right on the Tay River Basin, it's very difficult for rain to form over the city. And so we are mathematically the sunniest place in Scotland. It's a very pleasant environment for students. There's lots of nature near the city. There are many parks and green spaces, and that absolutely gorgeous Scottish countryside is just outside of the city. Obviously, I am biased, but I think Scotland is the most beautiful country anywhere in the world, and anyone who says otherwise is a liar. But it means that students who are interested in those outdoor activities, like walking, hiking, mountain biking, kayaking, camping, Dundee's a really good place to base themselves. Now, we know that the cost of living is of a lot of importance to students, particularly in recent years. Dundee, even for a Scottish city, is much cheaper than the UK average. So Scotland, in general, is a bit cheaper than England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, and Dundee is cheap even by Scottish standards. So we recommend as a university that students budget for about £800 to £900 a month for living expenses, not including their rent. And we'll put an estimate on the slide as to the kind of rough cost of living that we as a university would advise students to prepare for. As you can see, it's dramatically lower than big cities in the UK like Liverpool or Manchester or London. Now, we've done a little bit of calculating here at Dundee, and we think that rent accommodation in Dundee is approximately 15% lower than the UK average. That's quite a substantial margin. And our accommodation is very competitively priced. So if a student wants to live in the University of Dundee's halls of residence, you can see our pricing structure there. So we think roughly, depending on what accommodation the student lives in, it'll cost approximately £210 per week or £840 per month. That sum is inclusive of all the students' bills, their Wi-Fi, so their gas, their electricity, all of that is included in the cost if they come and stay in Dundee's halls of residence. For comparison, it's very cheap and easy to find private accommodation in Dundee, and we put a little bit of a breakdown as to the average cost of a one-bedroom apartment, a two-bedroom apartment, or a three-bedroom apartment if a student wanted to live privately in Dundee. So that's just a bit it for me, I think, folks, in this slide. A brief introduction to the city, where it's located, and the cost of living in Dundee. I will see you in the next video, but if you want to just click on the next slide, there was an automated video that gives you a little bit of an introduction to our campus using an aerial drone. It's very exciting. I will see you in a video or two. Take care. Hello, everyone. You're back with Matthew here at the University of Dundee. And on this slide, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about our campus, give you again an introduction to the university and tell you what starts to make Dundee so interesting and so exciting as a prospect for international students. So the first thing you should know about us is that we are a medium-sized university. We're not too big, we're not too small. We like to think that we are perfectly sized. And with about 17,500 students by UK standards, we are very much a medium-sized university. So to give you a little bit of context, the biggest university in Scotland is Edinburgh. They have about 40,000 students. And the smallest university in Scotland is either Abertay or Queen Margaret University, which only has maybe 4,000 or 5,000 students. So with 17,500, we think that we are big enough to be vibrant and international and multicultural and interesting, but not so huge that students are going to be lost amongst tens of thousands of other students. We are very proud of the fact that we are a city campus. So we are located right in the heart of the city centre of Dundee. Dundee is quite a historic city. It's existed for almost 1,000 years. There's been a settlement there on the banks of the River Tay. but it is a very small city. So there are only around 150,000 people that live in Dundee. And according to the Lonely Planet, Dundee has the highest concentration of students per head of capita of any city in the UK. That means in terms of student societies, in terms of student culture, student comedy, student events, it's really easy to get involved. And we are used to welcoming international students from all over the world. In fact, about 20% of our student population are from outside of the UK. So not only are we very small, we're very international, we're very close-knit. And because our students make up such a large demographic of the city of Dundee, it's exceptionally easy for them to integrate and make the most of living in this small, very student-friendly city. Now, the second part of being a campus university is that we are a campus. So there's a really good sense of student community. Everything is together in one place. Our halls of residence, our lecture theatres, our laboratories, our dental hospital, all of it is concentrated in a small area. It's very easy to get from one side of the campus to the other. And there's a nice sense of it being, like I said, a student village with everyone in one environment. To this end, we actually have an award-winning student union. So I believe for 5 or 6 years in a row, we are voted the best student union in Scotland. The student union is the heart of student activity on campus. It's where all of our clubs and societies are based. It's a social space. It is effectively a hub for students and the place where they can go to for support, to enjoy themselves, to socialise. And for 5 or 6 years in a row, it was voted the best of its kind in Scotland. Now, a little bit more about the city of Dundee. I've already spoken in previous videos how well connected the city is and how close we are to nature. Lots of our clubs and societies at Dundee involve walking or hiking, taking advantage of that green space. A brief note on the history of the university. So we began life as a university college of the University of St Andrews. So St Andrews is one of the oldest universities anywhere in the English-speaking world, and we're really proud of that historic connection that we have with them. But then about 50 years ago, we broke off from St Andrews. We gained our independence as a university. So we have the best of both worlds. We've attained that ancient academic lineage, that heritage, and our own modern, more innovative research methods that we've developed on our own terms over the last 50 years or so. So we have a very unique feel. We are simultaneously very old and very young at the same time by university standards. That's about all for this video, folks. I will, again, thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. In this video, we're going to give a very brief overview of our academic programs, really getting into the meat and bones of what makes us a university and the many, many degrees at undergraduate and postgraduate level that we offer. So as you can see, we have a range of academic schools covering art and design, business, dentistry, humanities, social sciences and law, health sciences, life sciences, medicine, science and engineering, and actually quite a lot more that are not captured on the slide. What you should take from this is that we offer, I believe, 250 different undergraduate degree courses and nearly 200 postgraduate programs. So even though we are a medium-sized university, we have a very broad portfolio of courses. And the students that you're engaging with, no matter what it is they want to study, we probably offer some version of it. So I will not waste any more time. I will get right on and talk in the next video about our School of Art and Design. I will see you in that next video. Take care. Hello, in this video I'm going to cover our School of Art and Design. So it's based in Duncan of Jordanstone College of Art and Design. It was previously an independent art and design college that was absorbed by the university, and now we use it as the hub of all things creative, all things artistic on campus. It's a truly remarkable place. It wins lots of accolades. One of our professors was telling me recently that our students win more prizes for their artwork than any other institution in Scotland, which is very gratifying. And once per year, we turn the entire art and design school into a large gallery space during the degree show where students showcase their artwork. Some of the art goes for tens of thousands of pounds because people buy it directly from the degree show. The most impressive thing I've seen at the degree show was a young lady who created a horse sculpture. It was a 20-foot horse made out of solid metal. It was incredibly impressive. It's amazing what our art students can produce. And hopefully you'll be able to encourage your students to apply to Duncan of Jordanstone College of Art and Design within the university. So at undergraduate level, we have a host of subjects available. You can see them arrayed on the slide, from animation to urban planning, textiles, product design, illustration. Crucially, the unique selling point of Dundee's undergraduate degree for art and design is that in the first year of the 4-year degree programme, students study all the kinds of art and design that we offer. So in their first year of 4, they study everything, they sample the kinds of art and design they would like to study, and thereafter they specialise in the kind of art and design they are most interested in. So first year they study everything, thereafter they focus on one element of art and design, which is their strongest area. Lots of our specialisms can be carried forward to postgraduate level. So as you can see, most of the undergraduate subjects have an equivalent at postgraduate taught level. Some really interesting ones, we have one of the
Hello everyone. We are talking about University of Dundee programs today, and I hope you have got the idea about the introduction, the campus tour and all. So art and design is one of the great faculties within a University of Dundee. So if anybody would like to join art and design faculty for undergraduate programs, 4 years undergraduate programs, University of Dundee, Scotland. The programs they are offering include animation, architecture, art and philosophy, digital interaction design, environmental sustainability, fine art, graphic design, illustration, interior and environmental design, jewelry and metal design, product design, textile design, urban planning, animation and VFX, and art and humanities, art science and visual thinking, comics and graphic novels, design for business, design for healthcare, drawing, fine art, forensic art and facial imaging, medical art, product design, spatial planning, and sustainable urban design. So any of you who's interested to complete these undergraduate programs in University of Dundee in Scotland, you can contact the number displayed on the screen. We are a team of professionals that has connections with the universities that we can assist you through the process of getting the offer letter and getting the CAS, get you approved, and for the program, and assist you through the visa process to Scotland. So if you are someone who's looking forward to study in a good university in the UK, contact us. We are here to support you. Okay, let's see the rest of the video now.
World's only comics and graphic novel courses. We were the first university ever in the world to appoint a chair of comics and graphic novels. We're very, very distinctive in that area. We also have design for business, which is a bit more corporate orientated aspect of art and design. And we have courses in forensic and medical art, which are unique in Scotland. Very few places will allow you to study that. And it's a course which is particularly distinctive here at Dundee. That's a kind of very broad overview. We'll move on very quickly to our next slide where I hope to see you, but take care and see you in the next video. Hello again. On this video, we're going to discuss our School of Business. So the first thing to note is that the University of Dundee has one of the oldest business schools in the UK. We are one of the first universities to recognise that business was an academic discipline and it deserved to be studied at university level. Now, most degrees at Dundee are flexible, but the business courses are doubly flexible. So they're extremely easy to navigate, where students can pick and choose modules from different kinds of business, both at undergraduate and at postgraduate level as well. So we offer, as is standard in Scotland, a variety of 4-year degrees at undergraduate level for accountancy, business management, economics with various specialisms. And we also offer shorter 3-year business degrees for students who want to just come and study for 3 years, get their degree, and then go off into the world of business. At postgraduate level, there are even more options with a variety of specialisms in marketing, management, finance, banking. But the crucial thing to note is that at both undergraduate and postgraduate level, students can basically choose modules from across the spectrum of business courses and construct their own business degree with the modules that they are most interested in studying. So extremely flexible is the unique selling point I really want to drive home for our business degrees and associated programs. Included in this, all of our business courses have the option of an internship at some point in the undergraduate and or postgraduate study. So often those are paid internships where students can make a little bit of money for their work. It's organized through our partners, Pagoda Projects, and it means that every student gets hands-on experience offered to them as part of their business degree. Again, really strong set of programs, a lot of variety, and that's a brief overview of the types of courses that we can offer within the School of Business. That's it for this video, but I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about Dundee's School of Dentistry, and it's a very easy video because it's a very easy school to talk about. We do exceptionally well for dentistry. We are one of the best universities, not just in the UK, but in the world for dentistry. So you can see some of our rankings on that slide, but the thing you really need to know, we have a truly exceptional dental program, and it's recognized in various accolades. If you check out our website, you will see lots of awards plastered all over the website for just how good we are at dentistry. There are various reasons for that, but one of the reasons is actually demonstrated in this slide. We are pioneers of what's called phantom head technology, where our dental students, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level, have access to phantom heads. You can see that this young lady in the slide is working on one. They're effectively incredibly advanced CPR dummies. They're a facsimile or an approximation of a human head that allow our students to actually work on the best version of human teeth and a human mouth without actually letting them loose on unsuspecting members of the public before they are ready. So it's a really advanced technology that we use, these phantom heads that are used at undergraduate and at postgraduate level as well to enhance our teaching. Now, we offer quite a small suite of dental courses. So we offer oral health sciences, which is the equivalent of kind of dental nursing and dental surgery at undergraduate level. That's the course that would allow a student to ultimately qualify and work and pursue a career as a dentist. We have quite a small undergraduate dentist program. So there are about 60 spaces available each academic year. That means that it's very close-knit and it's fully integrated into our dental hospital, which is on campus. So all of our dentistry courses, both undergraduate and postgraduate, are taught in our dental hospital. So because it's in the campus itself, students don't have to walk to the other side of the city. They don't have to even leave the campus. And it means that they miss out on none of the student experience while still getting an absolutely world-class education in dentistry. At top postgraduate level, these are exceptionally advanced and very niche programs: dental public health, forensic dentistry, and forensic odontology. They are very sought after and competitive, and many of our students who study in some of these programs go back to their home countries and discover they might be the only person in their country or one of a very, very small group of people who are actually qualified in this way, particularly for the forensic dentistry program. So very advanced, very niche, incredibly highly ranked. That is what you should take away about our dental school. We are exceptionally proud of it. Also, my favorite fact ever about the University of Dundee concerns the dental school. So we have a very famous graduate. I'm assuming that everyone listening to this training will have heard of Jay-Z, the rapper, the music producer, husband of Beyonce. It turns out his dentist is a graduate of the University of Dundee. And on that note, we will end this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to cover the School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Law. So this is the largest academic school at the University of Dundee, and as such, there are rather a lot of programs that are taught both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. So I'm hopefully going to take you through all of them and try and do each of them justice, just to give you a whistle-stop tour of what the school has to offer. So we have undergraduate programs in the slides on the subjects I ought to say that you can see. Crucially, we do social work, languages, education, and because of the quality of the Scottish education system, anyone who qualifies at undergraduate level from our education programme is typically able to pursue a career in education as a teacher. Anywhere else in the world, usually they're able to go on and progress. Likewise with social work. Most of these courses have a top postgraduate equivalent, and we have a specialism for teaching English as a second language. Furthermore, we offer a great variety of courses in law and energy law. So whilst we offer many, many dozens of courses within the school, we have a particular expertise in law. So our law graduates, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level, typically go on to the very top of the legal profession. We have several Queen's Counsels. We have several people who have gone on from our law programs to become judges, either in the UK or back in their home countries. And we have particular specialisms in international and energy law as well. A series of programs that we are very, very proud of and which are extremely popular for international students, particularly those who come from countries where there is a strong oil and gas industry. So most of these are one-year master's programs. So you can see specialisms in oil and gas law, petroleum taxation and finance. And like I said, if the students you're working with are from an oil-rich or a nation which has a wealth of resource in natural gas or oil, these are typically programs which are extremely attractive to them. In humanities, I'll go back a slide. In humanities, at undergraduate level, we have a very flexible program called the Master of Arts. So the way this works is that for the first 2 years of the 4-year undergraduate degree, students would study up to 3 different subjects. Very, very flexible, as we've spoken about for previous programs. So for example, a student might study English, politics, and economics for their first 2 years, and then specialize in one of those 3 chosen subjects. Or they might go on for the first 2 years and study, say, psychology, English, and that's a good example, politics, for example. After those first 2 years of study, students typically narrow their choice down to one subject, which again, eventually they will graduate in after their two final years. But you can combine 2 subjects together as a joint honours degree. I actually have a degree in Master of Arts. It's a very, very flexible program. I would recommend it to lots of students, particularly those who are a little unsure about what specific subject area within social sciences or humanities that they want to specialize in. And like we've said for previous schools, most of these undergraduate programs translate to an equivalent at postgraduate level. Again, we have quite specific creative writing programs that follow on from our English degrees. And we even offer a conversion degree for anyone, regardless of their academic background, to pursue a master's degree in psychology. It's a special conversion degree, which we find is especially popular for those who maybe have studied an undergraduate degree in, say, history or English, but who want to convert their study and become or pursue a career in psychology. We offer a special degree that allows them to do that. There we are. A little bit more on our law school. So I've already spoken about some of the specific energy and international law programs. We also offer undergraduate degrees. The 3-year LLB in English law is most applicable to international students. So it's a 3-year law program and it's fully qualifying for law, meaning that students who pursue that 3-year course can work and pursue a career in law in any common law jurisdiction nation. So that includes places like Canada, for example. So many Canadian students will come over, complete our 3-year LLB law degree, and then go back and practice law in Canada, for example. But there are many other nations which are in the common law jurisdiction, and that degree would allow them to qualify. There we are. So in the School of Social Sciences, you can see again, it has that flexible structure, which is common to humanities. So you could mix at undergraduate level degrees like politics and psychology with English or creative writing. And again, at top postgraduate level, we have a whole suite of psychology programs, including the conversion masters that I already mentioned. There we are. I've gone on one slide too far, folks, but you'll see that up next, we're going to talk about the School of Health Sciences. But that's it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to cover the School of Health Sciences, which focuses primarily on nursing degrees and nursing programs, as the name would suggest. The first thing you need to know about the School of Health Sciences is our very strong rankings. So we're in the world's top 150 degrees for nursing. So in the top 1% of institutions in the world, which is exceptionally prestigious for us. Our nursing programs are very highly regarded, both at undergraduate and postgraduate level. And we're really pleased to tell you a little bit more about them. So at undergraduate level, we offer various types of nursing. So adult nursing, child nursing, and mental health nursing. So there are certain degrees where you can not only study those different varieties, but also top up. So for example, you can do a top-up degree if you are already a qualified nurse in midwifery, or do a specialism in infection prevention and control. So not only do we allow you to qualify as a nurse if you are working with students who are already qualified nurses in their home country and want to come to the UK to do a top-up degree in one of these specialisms, or indeed pursue some of these programs as a distance learning program, we do have that option available. Likewise, for top postgraduate programs, we have some courses that will allow you to qualify with a master's degree in nursing. Again, if you already possess an undergraduate degree in nursing and want to advance your studies or get a more prestigious degree, we have several top postgraduate courses that will allow you to do that. Similarly, if you want to specialize in a particular area of nursing as a postgraduate, there's various ways you can do that too. We also offer a master's course that is qualifying and would potentially allow someone with a relevant academic background to top up and qualify as a nurse as a postgraduate, depending what their undergraduate degree was in. All of our nursing programs are very highly supported, so they are extremely practical, with students getting placements across the National Health Service, where they would get extreme levels of patient contact, really trying to make sure that we develop clinical practice and hands-on experience. We also teach in a very supportive way. So for all of our nursing programs, each student is placed within a learning cluster where they get support from specially trained academic tutors and from their peers. And that peer group remains bonded, and that academic cluster, if you like, remains intact all the way through the academic program, making sure that people make friends easily and that everybody is adequately supported from the start of their degree to the end of their degree. Nursing can be quite a demanding course. It is quite physical. It involves quite a lot of emotional baggage as people adapt to people's illnesses and have to take on these placements. And we try and adapt our course to make sure that a maximum number of students get through that and are well supported through the process. Again, that's a very short, quick overview of our School of Health Sciences. I encourage you to look up any of these on the University of Dundee website for more information. But for now, I'm going to call this video to an end. I look forward to seeing you in yet another video in the future. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about Dundee's School of Life Sciences. So that focuses on things like biological and biomedical sciences. It's also the home to lots of our really prestigious world-renowned research on campus. So I might as well tell you a little bit about that to begin with. So we have research centres for drug discovery, and in particular in malaria. So due to research being done at the University of Dundee in our life sciences department, malaria within our lifetime might not be a global killer anymore. We are working in ways to combat malaria, to prevent it, to treat it. It's a really important research program. And even at undergraduate level, students can get involved in that research process in ways that I'll talk about in a minute. We have a lot of prestigious rankings for life sciences. You can see one of them up on the slide just now, but it's a department which is quite large, brings in lots of research revenue, and the quality of the degrees is generally exceptionally high. Now, to tell you a little bit about those subjects, at undergraduate level to begin with, when students come to us for undergraduate degrees in life sciences, there is a common curriculum for the first 2 years, meaning that regardless what degree specialism someone has chosen, they are all lectured and taught together. So even if someone wanted to study biological sciences or molecular genetics or neuroscience, for the first few years on the course, everyone is lectured together. That means that students don't choose their degree specialism until their 3rd and 4th years. So students have a chance to try out various different aspects of life sciences before focusing on the type of degree that they are most interested in. Lots of these are very specialist, so biological chemistry and drug discovery in particular, a really unique program. We have a 2-in-2 joint degree with the National University of Singapore, so an extremely prestigious university that we are very delighted to be partnered with, where students would spend 2 years studying in Dundee and 2 years studying in Singapore, and a whole host of other specialisms. In their final year as undergraduates, students are given a research project, and that research project takes place in some of our laboratories with work directly overseen by one of our research professors. It means, like I said, even at undergraduate level, students can get a little taste of what it is like to conduct their own research, and it sets them up extremely well for the world of work, for postgraduate study, or indeed for anything within the field of life sciences they want to do after they have graduated. We offer a variety of top postgraduate courses, but crucially, more recently, we have started blending our expertise in business with our expertise in life sciences. So people can now pursue joint degrees in biomedical molecular sciences with business or entrepreneurship. So this allows trained scientists to spin out their ideas to make it more easy to integrate into the structure of a large company, or to spin out an idea and start their own enterprise or their own business, which is extremely popular with lots of courses. In addition to this, our graduates in life sciences go on to do incredible things. Lots of them go on to work for disease control agencies, for world governments, for big pharmaceutical companies, or they pursue master's projects if they're.
Right, so this is the Faculty of Life Sciences at University of Dundee, Scotland. If someone interested in studying the life sciences programs, undergraduate programs in biochemistry, biological chemistry, and drug discovery, biological sciences, biomedical sciences, microbiology, molecular biology, molecular genetics, neuroscience, pharmacology, psychological sciences, there's loads more if you want to study. So if you want to get more information about what are the courses, the contents, and how to apply to study in University of Dundee, you can contact the numbers displayed on the screen. And also these life sciences programs, they are also integrated with taught postgraduate programs if you want to progress your education from undergraduate to postgraduate in terms of business, entrepreneurship, management, marketing, and MSc research, life sciences as well, available at the University of Dundee. Award-winning programs, world-class teaching and facilities, world-class research. You can get involved with innovative faculty and staff, and then you get take a part in world's best research at University of Dundee. Is one of the best institutions in the world. So if you want to apply to study in University of Dundee, Scotland, you can contact the number displayed in on the screen, and we can support you all the way.
Undergraduates or PhD projects after they have graduated from one of our master's degrees. A very large school in life sciences, lots on offer, and it's my real pleasure to tell you about it. Again, very brief summary, folks. I'm going to draw this video to a close, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Thank you for sticking with us. If you're watching all these videos in order, I will see you very, very soon. Have a good afternoon. Hello, in this video, I'm going to be focusing on Dundee's School of Medicine. So we are a world-renowned centre for medicine. It's another course where we have extremely high rankings for. Typically, we find ourselves in the top 5 in the UK for medicine. Very often, we are at the top spot in one of the major ranking schemes. It's very easy to find our accolades, of which there are many online. So we only have one undergraduate program for medicine, which is the MBCHB. This is the degree that allows you to qualify as a doctor and then go on and pursue your studies and pursue a career as a doctor. It is exceptionally strong. So we have a very, very interesting curriculum, which is half traditionally taught and half problem-based learning. So it is both practical and theory-focused, a blend of both worlds to give students the absolute pinnacle of medical education. We are also one of the very few universities left in the world that still teach anatomy as part of our medical undergraduate degree, but we teach anatomy using a cadaver, a real human body that students will dissect in their first year, and that really reinforces their learning. It's absolutely remarkable. It gives them a much stronger clinical basis, and it's one of the many reasons our medicine course is so highly ranked. In addition to that, all of our medical courses are run out of Ninewells Teaching Hospital. It's one of the largest teaching hospitals anywhere in Europe. Real doctors, real staff, real procedures, some state-of-the-art equipment, which is fully integrated into a fully functioning hospital. It means that students who come to us either at undergraduate or postgraduate level are in a clinical environment right from day one. And Ninewells Hospital is less than 20 minutes from the campus. You can actually walk from the campus to the hospital in about 35 minutes, and many buses run from the campus down to the medical school as well, making it exceptionally easy and accessible. We have a huge host of very specialist postgraduate programs in medicine. Some of these are for doctors and clinicians who would like to do additional learning or to top up perhaps a degree that they already have. Some of them are for students who perhaps have an undergraduate degree in anatomy or health sciences, biology, or life sciences to pursue a more advanced degree. They are exceptionally well supported with laboratories and especially trained staff. I know that, for example, the motion analysis course is the only one of its kind. We have a specific data science program for precision medicine, which again, very unique and draws on data that only we possess at the University of Dundee, and therefore only we can offer that specific type of teaching. If there are students who are interested in any of these, please do engage with us further. Check out our website, get in contact if you need to, and we can tell you more about them. But fully integrated courses, teaching hospital for all of our medical programs, that is what you ultimately need to know at a glance about the School of Medicine. Again, very brief overview, folks. Thank you for your time. I'm going to call this video to a close. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to cover the University of Dundee's School of Science and Engineering. So let's just jump right in. At undergraduate level, we have a host of programs around engineering, maths, mathematical biology, physics, and we have a special degree where you can specialize in physics with astrophysics. At undergraduate level, I want to just draw attention to our new courses in computing and computing science. So we now offer very specialist degrees specializing in AI and artificial intelligence and data science as part of our computing programs. These are very, very popular. These are very lucrative areas that lots of students are looking to develop a career in. And we just want to flag them on this slide that they are very much booming at Dundee. Dundee's got a very strong history of being involved in computer science. So NCR, the company that makes the most electronic cash registers and scanning machines in the world, is based in Dundee. And many of our graduates go on and pursue work with them. Moreover, the video game Grand Theft Auto was actually created in Dundee, and we have a strong association with the computer industry through that city connection too. At postgraduate level, we have a variety of different degrees. So we have a special computing degree that allows anyone who has an undergraduate degree in any sort of science to specialize and convert to having an expertise in computing. There's a great many other degrees that are reflected mostly as top postgraduate versions of our undergraduate programs. Our forensic anthropology and human anatomy courses are world-renowned. So they were built by a person called Dame Sue Black. She is the architect of many of our forensic anthropology and anatomy programs, and her expertise is absolutely world-renowned. She was the UN Surgeon General for a while, and her learning has informed lots of the courses that you see for human identification, anatomy, forensic anthropology, etc. Both at undergraduate and postgraduate level, we've got very strong engineering programs with lots of practical workshop experience in biomedical engineering, civil engineering, and in mechanical engineering. We find that civil engineering and industrial engineering is very popular at undergraduate and postgraduate level for international students. We have unique concrete laboratories in Dundee with special centrifuges and specialist equipment that integrates practical experience with more theoretical learning for both civil and industrial engineering too. Oh, the final thing I should note is that we are the only university in Scotland where our science and engineering school have an official collaboration with CERN. So the organization that has the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, our science and engineering department builds lasers as part of a research project with the Hadron Collider. As I understand it, as a non-scientist, we fire the lasers around the Hadron Collider to clear the path for the particles that they smash together. Very exciting. I don't fully understand how it works myself.
The importance in UK education is that the universities in the UK are having good collaborations and industry placement partnerships with the industry experts. So that is why the UK education makes the world's best. So University of Dundee has a lot of good collaborations with industry experts in terms of science and engineering. So if you are someone who's fascinated or who's having the passion to learn about science and engineering courses such as anatomical sciences and forensic anthropology, applied computing and computer sciences, engineering in biomedical engineering, civil engineering, and mechanical engineering. So all these aspects of learning, you can join University of Dundee because they have the best facilities, world-class education, and industry placements and collaborations with the industry to get involved with their projects whilst you study. So what is what the difference that universities in the UK make. They are not only producing the graduates, but they make them work ready. So that's the most important thing. And also, you can start studying mathematics with degree combinations with physics, economics, accountancy, psychology, English, and business. And also there are taught programs such as data science, computing, educational assistive technology, engineering, biomedical again, and then civil, industrial with management or international finance, medical imaging, structural forensic anthropology, and human anatomy, mathematics and computing conversion degrees open to computing and non-computing graduates as well, applied computing, information technology, and international business. So you can select your pathway. You can select at this third and fourth years, you can select your specialization depending on your interests. So that is the beauty of learning. So it's very important that you get into higher education because that may allow you to realize your passions, and that will be the foundation for your future, especially when it comes to science and engineering technologies. It's very important that you get the best education so that you can develop a world class career. So these universities are giving also career opportunities, guidance, and assistance in applying for jobs after and during the process of education, and they are also giving opportunities for the students to apply the theories in practice by in terms by getting involved with industry experts, their projects, real life experiences. So that is the wonder of education. So you may be someone with the anticipation to pursue a science or engineering degree, and you may not have the knowledge or the information to make the best decision. So I am here to support you all the way, give you all the information that you need to make an independent decision, and you can contact us on this number displayed on the screen, and we can support you your application, your journey to University of Dundee. Stay tuned. We have a lot more to learn about University of Dundee. It's very interesting, and I hope you get more information so that you can make an informed decision about why University of Dundee and what are the programs and how University of Dundee can help you realizing your passions, creating your future, building up a good career, and improving your skills, especially employability skills, because that is what the purpose of education. You have to be ready for the employment, or to start your own business, or to become an entrepreneur, or learn about the finances, the accounting, the not only these are integrated subjects. So computing, so you can finally in the final years you can specialize in your preference, like if you want to integrate your learning, science and engineering learning, into international business or entrepreneurship. So there are different pathways that you can select as well. So stay tuned, we are going to learn more about University of Dundee, where the world-class education gives flying they give you the mood to fly you to the future, so they prepare you well to face your future challenges. So stay tuned, we will learn more about the University of Dundee.
Myself, because I'm not a scientist, but just speak to the prestige of our science and engineering programs. And on that note, that's quite exciting. I'll draw the video to a close there. Thank you as ever for your time. I will see you in the next video. Hello, in this video, I'm going to cover student life and student support at the University of Dundee. So very important aspects of life on campus that we want to emphasize. Dundee is actually renowned for the quality of its student experience. So That's perhaps the strongest aspect of what we can offer students across the board for any subjects. Students come to us and they have a good time, they have a positive impression of the city, and they enjoy their studies at Dundee, which is the main thing. So back in 2020, before the pandemic, we were voted University of the Year for student experience. And now post-pandemic, the campus is fully recovered. We've got a cohort of students who are delighted to be back on campus. So student life is huge at Dundee. We have over 200 different societies. So we have a huge host of things. We have a Shrek Society. We have a Family Guy Appreciation Society. We have a Tea Drinkers Society where students come along with their favorite tea and they sit and they share tea and try and find new types of tea that they like, which I think is absolutely adorable. We have a variety of sports teams. So we have hockey, basketball, football, netball. We have some more exotic sports like fencing. We have a skydiving team, all sorts of stuff. So no matter what it is that a student is interested in pursuing, no matter how weird or wonderful or crazy their interest might be, there will be a society for them at Dundee and a group of people who can support them and make sure that they are pursuing that passion whilst they pursue their studies. Now, in terms of student support, we offer lots of ways to help students who are maybe struggling or who just need a little bit extra in order to achieve what they set out to do. So we have academic advisors who can make sure that students' academic writing or that their subject choice is absolutely optimal. We have a career service, which is open to students at any point in their life. So even after a student has graduated, they can still approach our career service to get help finding jobs, to enhancing their interview practice, to writing a CV, to all sorts of aspects of professional life that would allow them to go on and find the type of work relevant to their degree that they obtained in Dundee. Now, we hope that students never have to use any of these services, but it is nice to know that they are there. We have free advice services for international students. We have the Inquiry Centre, which is a one-stop shop for students.
Another very important aspect in all universities in the UK is the support that they give to the international students, to all students, in fact. So there are different student support activities at the University of Dundee, such as the academic advisors, career service, counselling service, disability service, health service, multi-faith centres, and international advice service, and academic English and English language support. So this is also very important because when you're making a decision which university to select, what support that they give to the students to settle down, because you may be away from your home, so you're trying to get used to a new culture, new country, and it will be challenging time. It may be challenging times for you, so it's very important what type of support that you get from the university to settling down. So University of Dundee has excellent support services in place for students who want to get support in terms of improving their English. Maybe if they are disabled, then there are different services to support your education, and international advice service. And we are also here to support you all the way to make the application, get the CAS letter done, and apply for the visas. We do not charge any money for our services, so you only have to pay the fees applicable for the university programs directly to the university as per the offer letter that you're receiving. So you don't have to pay any third parties or anything like that. We are here to give you full support and guidance for free. Wherever you're in the world, you can contact us on the number displays on this screen, and we are here to support your journey to the University of Dundee, Scotland. So we have discussed a lot of details about the University of Dundee, and the student support that they are giving is very important as well, because as a new student, international student specifically, you need a lot of support in settling down in another country, a new environment. So you get all the support because we have placed students into University of Dundee. We have never ever had any complaints about if they are not receiving kind of support. So they are very satisfied with the teaching facilities, the support that they are getting from the University of Dundee. So if you are someone who's looking forward to join Scotland's University of Dundee, we are here to support you. You can contact the number displayed on the screen, and it is one of the greatest universities in the world that we can recommend. Okay, let's see the rest of the video.
Services where anyone, no matter what degree or what background they're from, can speak to a member of staff then and there. They're open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and they can point that student in the right direction to make sure that the university steps in and gets them the support that they are looking for. So like I said, there's a whole host of these services available. No matter what type of support a student needs, we can usually accommodate them. Very few of our students have to avail themselves of these services, but it is nice to know that they are there. And on that note, I'll draw this video to a close. As I keep saying, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Hello, in this short video, I'm going to cover accommodation at the University of Dundee. We had mentioned accommodation briefly in one of the previous videos, but I just want to update and give a little bit more information on it. I suppose it would technically be possible for a student to live in Kazakhstan and commute to Dundee, but they would have to stay up for weeks at a time and spend a lot of time on planes or trains or automobiles. So we strongly encourage that if a student was to join us from an international destination, that they would live in our halls of residence. So our accommodation, halls of residence, I'm going to use those terms interchangeably, but they mean the same thing. They are all located on campus or within a 10-minute walk of the campus. They are very secure. They are all purpose-built. So many universities will just buy buildings near the campus and convert them into student accommodation. We did not do that. All of the accommodation at the University of Dundee was built from the foundations to the roof to actually be lived in by students. It means they are much more secure, they are more fit for purpose, and they are overall just nicer places for students to live. In terms of security, the front door to every building locks, the front door to every flat or apartment locks, and the front door to every individual student's room also locks. So they're exceptionally secure. There's a free phone inside every block of accommodation that goes directly to our campus security. Almost no one has to use it. Usually students use it if they're locked out of their room, but it's nice to know that extra layer of security is there. You can see our price range at the bottom per academic year, and this will also be reflected on the website. But every flat comes with super fast Wi-Fi to allow students to study. Our biggest selling point, though, is that every single room comes with its own en-suite bathroom. So every student gets their own bathroom. They do not have to share a bathroom at any accommodation at the University of Dundee. It is absolutely brilliant. It's a really good thing for students. There is no waiting list for that service. There is no reason to sign up for it. It just comes built in as part of any accommodation package that a student would pursue with us. We can also guarantee accommodation for international students as long as they let us know far enough in advance that they want to come and live in Dundee. We can guarantee accommodation on the first year of their program if that is what they want. So competitively priced, very secure, everything that a student might need. I think I've covered everything in accommodation. We'll move on quickly to the next video, and I will see you there. Take care. Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about entry requirements and how students can actually get in and join the University of Dundee after hopefully you've seen our previous videos telling you how great Dundee is. This is what we require from students in order for them to matriculate and come and study. So generally speaking, we use A-levels as our standard for admission. Of course, we accept qualifications from all over the world. So if the student is studying a high school qualification in Uzbekistan or Nigeria or Canada, we will likely accept that qualification or that university degree. But in order to keep this slide nice and short, we've used A-levels as the standard. So for the majority of our courses, we would look for the equivalent of A, B, B at A-level, or perhaps BBB for some courses, depending on the entry requirements. Obviously, certain courses such as physics, maths, or science programs typically require a science subject, usually mathematics, if it's an undergraduate program. At postgraduate level, we usually ask for an undergraduate degree which is relevant to the postgraduate course the student wants to apply for. And usually we would look for a 2.2 or a 2.1 for that degree, again, depending. The majority of courses at postgraduate level, we would look for a 2.2 degree or equivalent. And there are websites online and on the university's website where you can find the equivalent of a University of Dundee 2.2 or an undergraduate degree in the UK, which would be a 2.2, what that corresponds to in the student's home country for an undergraduate degree. I hope that makes sense. We'll move on. We also have, of course, English language requirements. Our preferred English language test method is IELTS, and you can see a breakdown at the bottom of that slide. There are lower standard of IELTS, our standard of IELTS, and the higher standard, depending on what type of course the student would apply for. Of course, we accept other English tests. Those are all detailed on the website, and I've listed the most prominent English tests that we accept in addition to IELTS on this slide. But of course, TOEFL, Pearson, Trinity, IELTS is our preferred, but there are various other options we will go for. The majority of our programs at Dundee require a 6.5 overall, or the equivalent. That's the IELTS requirement, but we will accept the equivalent in any of the other tests I have mentioned. Some other courses like nursing, medicine, dentistry, etc. have a slightly higher English language requirement that you can see listed again at the bottom of the slides. And some other courses still, particularly at undergraduate level, might have a lower IELTS requirement. Super. So where can you actually find our entry requirements? Obviously, in the 2 minutes that I'm recording this video, I cannot possibly cover the entry requirements for every course, for every available qualification that a student might have. All of our web pages have a drop-down menu where you can choose a country in the world and a qualification that a student might have, and it will simply tell you the entry requirements. On the slide, I've put an example up from Vietnam, just because that was the first country that came into my mind. But every single course will have an entry requirement section on it where you can cross-check a student's qualifications with what we are looking for. It's very, very simple, easy to use. It relies on drop-down menus, and I strongly encourage you to have a look if you've got students who are interested in applying to any of our courses. For those students who perhaps are slightly short of our entry requirements, who are close but not quite there, we can often make them an offer to study at International College Dundee. This is our partner pathway college, which is run through OIEG. So they would spend a year studying at International College Dundee, getting up either their English or their academic standards to a level where we could take them. And there's courses where they can move straight from that one-year program at International College Dundee, or ICD, into art and design, business, computer science, engineering, nursing, or others. So usually we would identify if a student applied to us and wasn't quite where we needed them to be, we could step in at that point and perhaps offer them a place at ICD, or a student who was of a lower academic standard could apply directly through International College Dundee. So another route that students can take potentially to join us at the university. Again, I commend everyone to look at the website where we've got quite detailed information on entry requirements. But for now, I'm going to draw this video to a close, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, in this video, I'm going to quickly summarize our tuition fees and scholarships at the University of Dundee. So let's just jump right in. The baseline figure for most of our degrees at both undergraduate and postgraduate level is £21,900 per year of study. We find that that figure is pretty competitive for a university of our size and caliber and location. But you should be aware that some of our laboratory-based courses and some other programs in science and engineering, for example, or the School of Life Sciences, might be as high as £26,600 per year of study. So that figure is accurate at the time of recording for 2024-2025 entry. Some courses may have additional surcharges for resources or use of facilities, but the baseline figure is £21,900 per year. Now, as we will discuss in a moment, it is very rare that students actually pay that amount of money. We have lots of scholarships that reduce that figure, but £21,900, the base figure, which is often reduced. We'll talk about that in a second. We have a quite straightforward deposit plan here at Dundee. So we request a £5,000 tuition fee deposit. Certain sponsored students do not have to pay a deposit if they can show evidence of sponsorship. But for the majority of students matriculating with us, we ask for a £5,000 deposit before we can issue CAS. We don't think that's unusual, but we think just worth flagging up. £5,000 deposit is what we ask for before we can proceed with CAS. There we are. For scholarships, it's important to note that lots of these are available to many people. So we have an academic excellence scholarship, which is based on a student's grades, either at undergraduate or postgraduate level. It is a £5,000 tuition fee reduction. So if a student has performed very well in their undergraduate degree and they're progressing to us to do a postgraduate program, if they have achieved the equivalent of a first in their undergraduate degree, then we would reduce their tuition fees by £5,000 per year. At undergraduate level, depending on the high school level of qualification that they are coming to the university with, again, if it's strong enough academically, we can give them a £5,000 per year tuition fee discount, which applies to every single year the student studies with us. For students who are not eligible for academic or for global excellence, academic excellence, same thing, we offer a global citizenship scholarship. So this is a short application. It's a 300-word essay where the student has to tell us why they're a good global citizen. And we absolutely encourage our agent partners to assist the student in writing that essay if required. But that is a £4,000 per year tuition fee reduction. So instead of paying £21,900, if a student was eligible for global citizenship, that would be £17,900 per year of study instead. So a vastly reduced over the kind of sticker price that is advertised on the University of Dundee's website. Unfortunately, these scholarships cannot be combined. It is one or the other, but we find that many students who apply to us are eligible for either global/academic excellence or global citizenship. So we strongly encourage you to support students in finding out more about those scholarships where applicable. That's it for this section of the video, folks. As you can see, I'll talk about the Agent Quality Framework in the next video. But for now, thank you again for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, everyone. This will be a very short video where I talk about the Agent Quality Framework. So the University of Dundee expects any of for joining us. So you can see our most prominent rankings on the slide here. It's worth noting that the University of Dundee performs particularly well in subject rankings within the United Kingdom. So whilst our world ranking is what it is, you will see that we do exceptionally well for individual subjects and for university ranking schemes within the UK. All of these rankings are available on the website if you find that you have a student who's particularly persuaded by rankings. Other than that, I hope these videos have been useful. It has been quite a process, and I hope that you've stuck with us through all of these. It only remains for me to thank you very, very much for your time. I hope you've learned something, and hopefully we can partner together and see some students arriving in Dundee very soon. Take care, have a really good day, and I'll see you in the future. Take care.
Be yourself and then share out your dream.
So one of the advice I would give to students is for them to keep applying. Yes, because like for me, I applied for the Sheffield Scholarship 4 times. If only I would just say no because I wasn't selected, I don't have to go back again. I won't be here today. I will still be in Liberia. So I will always tell them that they should keep trying. Yeah, because for each time you are closer to your success.
Be authentic and write from your heart.
They have to polish the application, proofread it, and make sure that they have rich background in terms of professionals.
Hi there, my name's Frankie and I'm one of the Senior Regional Managers here at the University of Reading. So thank you so much for joining our training today. It's great to see you here and hopefully you'll find out lots of useful information that you'll be able to take out to your students and help them to choose whether or not Reading is the right university for them. So as well as me, you're going to hear from colleagues from all the way across the global recruitment team looking after lots of different regions across the world. And you'll hear about some great information such as about Reading Town, our accommodation, our facilities, our foundation and pre-sessional English programs, some subject highlights, and then all about our fees and funding and our entry requirements. So I hope you enjoy this and I'll see you at the end. Thanks.
Hi there, my name is Andy and I'm the head of the International Office at the University of Reading. Just to say it's pronounced Reading, although you might read it as reading. So my team and I will be really happy to talk you through the various bits of training relating to the university. So let's make a start. So first of all, we're very proud of our reputation. You can see here a statistic saying we're in the world's top 20% of institutions. That's the top 20 of the QS World Rankings. So for example, this year we're 169th in the QS World Rankings, which obviously places us amongst the elite universities in the world. And we think that's a really attractive proposition that we can offer to prospective students who might be thinking of coming and studying with us. So just a little bit more about our background. So the University of Reading is actually quite an old institution. We wouldn't classify ourselves as an ancient university. That accolade would go to places like Oxford, Cambridge, Edinburgh University. But we've actually been in existence for over 125 years, starting out as an extension college of Oxford University, which is actually quite close by to us. And in the year 2026, a couple of years' time, we actually celebrate our centenary of having our university charter. So that's a very special milestone coming up. In the photograph, the black and white image you can see there, you can see our former Queen with one of our previous vice-chancellors. The other graphic you've got there points to a very substantial investment in the university campus. It's now been going on for quite a few years. So what you've got there is an image of the library, which is a facility that's open 24 hours a day during term time. But otherwise, we've invested a very significant sum in the resources we can offer students, both for their teaching and learning, but also in terms of accommodation, in recreation, and in just all kinds of other social activities as well, because we recognize that coming to study in the UK isn't just about coming to get a degree, but it's also about finding a really good environment in which to live also. I touched on our campus. You can see an image of it there. That's basically what it looks like right now as we're into springtime here as I do this presentation with you. We've received our Green Flag Award once again this year. That's 13 years in a row, but it's a wonderful, beautiful environment in which to come and study. So it's a very large campus. There's wilderness areas, there's parks, but pretty much all of the resources, all of the facilities you need are on that main university campus, although we also have some other sites nearby, which one of my colleagues will talk about in a separate soundbite. Otherwise, if you're just getting orientated and figuring out where Reading is, we're very close to London, so it's less than 30 minutes by train, and there are many, many trains throughout the daytime as Reading is a major transport hub. And then just to close off with me, I touched on our world ranking before, and obviously these get updated every year, but you can also see some other accolades the university's got there. A multiple Queen's Anniversary Prize winner, #1 this year in the UK in the People and Planet Awards. But I think one thing I'll close off with that we're particularly proud of, and that's our research credentials. The people who teach you are expected to be active researchers pushing back the frontiers of knowledge in their field, and we hope that means that regardless of what studies you're coming to do, you're getting taught by people at the forefront of their subject area. I'll finish my little introduction right there. I'll pass to Frankie to talk about the location and Reading City Centre.
Hi there, my name's Frankie Hearn and I'm one of the senior regional managers in the global recruiting team here at the University of Reading. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about the location of Reading and a bit more about Reading Town. So as you will have heard in the previous presentation, Reading is quite close to London. We're based in the southeast of the UK. We're actually under 30 minutes away from London Paddington. So the fastest train that you can get between Reading and London Paddington is about 23 minutes. And we're also linked up to the London Underground network through the brand new Elizabeth line. Because we're so close to London, it does also mean we have fantastic connectivity with international airports. So we have London Heathrow International Airport, that's a 45-minute bus ride away, and also London Gatwick International Airport. It's about 90 minutes away by a direct train link. You can see a couple of other locations on the map here to help orientate yourself, but you can get to Oxford in about 30 minutes, for example. You can get to Birmingham in about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And you can actually get a direct train all the way up to Scotland if you'd like to as well. In terms of Reading itself, Reading is a regional hub for culture, shopping and recreation. And hopefully I like to think that means that there is quite a bit to do in the local area. So the picture you can see here is the food market that takes place on Reading campus every Thursday during term time. But Reading itself is a very international town. We do have lots of different nationalities that live here locally, and it means that there's a real variety in cuisines that students are able to access and a lot of international supermarkets, for example. In terms of things that happen in the local area, we do have Reading Festival that happens here every year, and this is one of the biggest music festivals in the UK. So people come from all over the country and internationally to come and visit Reading Festival over the 3-day, kind of over the bank holiday weekend, which is the national holiday in August. In terms of other things to do in the local area, there are a lot of museums and art galleries, there are independent theatres, independent cinemas, lots of sports for people to watch, and also Reading is surrounded by very beautiful classic English countryside. In terms of employability, Reading is a commercial centre in what we call the Thames Valley in the UK, and this is a bit like the Silicon Valley in the US in that there are a lot of blue chip and technology companies that are based nearby. So we have the UK headquarters of Microsoft and Oracle that are based in Reading, and a lot of other very large multinational companies that you can see on the map here, such as KPMG, Deloitte, Huawei, PepsiCo, and actually quite a lot of pharmaceutical companies. And you can see one of them there, which is Johnson & Johnson and also JSK, leading out towards London. What this does mean is there are a lot of other small to medium-sized enterprises that are based in this local area, creating a lot of internship opportunities for our students and also post-study work opportunities as well. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of an idea about what Reading's like, a place to live and a place to get some internship and work opportunities as well. But now I'm going to pass over to my colleague, Mega, who's going to give you some more information about our University of Reading campuses. Hi there, my name's Frankie Hearn and I'm one of the senior regional managers in the global recruiting team here at the University of Reading. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about the location of Reading and a bit more about Reading Town. So as you will have heard in the previous presentation, Reading is quite close to London. We're based in the southeast of the UK. We're actually under 30 minutes away from London Paddington. So the fastest train that you can get between Reading and London Paddington is about 23 minutes. And we're also linked up to the London Underground network through the brand new Elizabeth line. Because we're so close to London, it does also mean we have fantastic connectivity with international airports. So we have London Heathrow International Airport, that's a 45-minute bus ride away, and also London Gatwick International Airport, it's about 90 minutes away by a direct train link. You can see a couple of other locations on the map here to help orientate yourself, but you can get to Oxford in about 30 minutes, for example. You can get to Birmingham in about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And you can actually get a direct train all the way up to Scotland if you'd like to as well. In terms of Reading itself, Reading is a regional hub for culture, shopping and recreation. And hopefully I like to think that means that there is quite a bit to do in the local area. So the picture you can see here is the food market that takes place on Reading campus every Thursday during term time. But Reading itself is a very international town. We do have lots of different nationalities that live here locally, and it means that there's a real variety in cuisines that students are able to access and a lot of international supermarkets, for example. In terms of things that happen in the local area, we do have Reading Festival that happens here every year, and this is one of the biggest music festivals in the UK. So people come from all over the country and internationally to come and visit Reading Festival over the 3-day, kind of over the bank holiday weekend, which is the national holiday in August. In terms of other things to do in the local area, there are a lot of museums and art galleries, there are independent theatres, independent cinemas, lots of sports for people to watch, and also Reading is surrounded by very beautiful classic English countryside. In terms of employability, Reading is a commercial centre in what we call the Thames Valley in the UK, and this is a bit like the Silicon Valley in the US in that there are a lot of blue chip and technology companies that are based nearby. So we have the UK headquarters of Microsoft and Oracle that are based in Reading, and a lot of other very large.
Right, okay, so we are talking about the University of Reading, Surrey, United Kingdom. Then we were discussing about the location, the facilities, the history of the university. It's a very interesting topic. And what is most fascinating is about the industry links that the university has. That is the main thing that I am concerned about if I am selecting the university, because what the purpose of education is to get you ready for the future, build your career, and having employability skills developed and employment opportunities exposed to you. So Reading is a commercial center in Thames Valley and UK headquarters for Microsoft, Oracle, Huawei, and Deloitte, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Tata Consultancy, Ernst & Young, Ericsson, Cisco Systems, PepsiCo Company, Procter & Gamble. So these are world's industry leaders having their headquarters and the offices based in Surrey. So university has links with the industry to get you opportunities after graduation, maybe work placements and real life projects once you complete your or during the process, during your program. So that's very important. So if you're making a decision about how and which university that you need to select, then get the links or university links with industry considered, because that's how many students can get the return on investment for their education. For example, if you pay the university fees and that university has provided you industry links to develop a career or apply for jobs or work placements or real life projects, that hands-on experience whilst you study, so that's what is very important. And also Surrey is just closer to London. It's away from London, so your living costs is lesser than Greater London, and but still it's very commutable. Within few minutes you can get trains and buses to London if you want to explore. And also, if you're after your graduation, if you're looking forward to build your career in world's best cities and busiest cities, commercial cities in the world, Reading is a commercial center in Thames Valley, and UK has a lot of headquarters there. The world's best industry links, they have their offices based in the UK, so you have a lot of opportunities in London if you want to find more opportunities after graduation. So ask me questions, send me information, ask me what university to select and how to select the university and how to apply. I'm here to support you. Okay, let's see the rest of the video now.
Multinational companies that you can see on the map here, such as KPMG, Deloitte, Huawei, PepsiCo, and actually quite a lot of pharmaceutical companies. And you can see one of them there, which is Johnson & Johnson and also JSK, leading out towards London. What this does mean is there are a lot of other small to medium-sized enterprises that are based in this local area, creating a lot of internship opportunities for our students and also post-study work opportunities as well. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of an idea about what Reading's like, a place to live and a place to get some internship and work opportunities as well. But now I'm going to pass over to my colleague, Megha, who's going to give you some more information about our University of Reading campuses.
Hello, my name is Megha, and I'm the Regional Manager for the Americas, Central Asia, and East and Southern Africa here at the University of Reading's International Office. And I'm here to tell you more about our wonderful campuses. So we have 2 main campuses in the UK and 1 in Malaysia. Our main campus is called White Knights. It's a 130-hectare parkland with a blend of modern and historical listed buildings. This campus includes a lake, woodlands, and the popular Harris Garden, all available for students, staff, and the local community to enjoy. It's a great place to study and unwind. And I'll talk more about this campus in a moment. Next is our London Road campus, which is one of the university's original campuses and is just a short walk from both White Knights campus and the town centre. It is a peaceful campus with traditional cloisters and green spaces. Our London Road campus is also home to 2 of our departments. So we have the School of Architecture and the Institute of Education on this campus, as well as the Great Hall where our graduation ceremonies take place. The campus also hosts the Dairy, which serves local and global craft beers and food. And it is a fantastic place for socializing, playing pool, or watching any sporting events. Next is our Malaysia campus, which is located in Johor Bahru, which is also one of the world's top student destinations. This place is known for its diverse culture and offers thriving learning environment. Our Malaysia campus consists of 2 buildings that are connected by a central parkland area known as the Heart Space. And here on campus, students have access to modern facilities for teaching, for research, and for socializing. Now, in this slide, I like to talk to you more about the White Knights campus, which is the real hub of University of Reading life. As mentioned before, it is set in 130 hectares of stunning parkland and offers plenty of places to eat, shop, study, and socialize. Everything that you need is in one place. The site has received 13 consecutive Green Flag Awards, recognizing it as one of the Britain's top green spaces. This campus is home to our library, Reading Students' Union, 2 on-site museums, shops, cafes, and 360 which is a large venue that offers a variety of student-led events. This campus also houses many of our teaching and research facilities, including our academic departments, our modern, well-equipped study spaces, as well as several halls of residences. All of our campuses provide a friendly and thriving environment for our students, and we can't wait to welcome you. I will now hand over to my colleague, Helen, to talk more about our subjects.
Hello and welcome to the University of Reading White Knights campus. White Knights is our main campus and a real hub for university life here at Reading. It's big too, 130 hectares exact, and is where most of our schools and student services are located. The campus has also won 9 consecutive Green Flag Awards, listing it as one of the UK's best green spaces and a great place to live and study. But it's not just a green campus on the outside. 100% of our grid electricity now comes from renewable sources. The first thing you'll see when you arrive on campus are our playing fields and sports facilities. Sports Park is our main centre for sports clubs and exercise, but its main attraction to students is its recently re-equipped gym. As we carry on towards the centre of campus, you'll see our tennis park with its 3 indoor and 5 outdoor courts, as well as our all-weather floodlit pitches. This is the heart of student life and where most of our on-campus accommodation is located. We have a variety of room types to choose from, ranging from premium en-suites to rooms with shared bathroom facilities, and all of our halls are no more than a 15-minute walk away from the centre of campus. We're now heading towards the centre of campus. On the way, we'll pass Henley Business School and Minghella Studios. These buildings are great examples of our cutting-edge interactive technologies. Henley Business School also houses the ICMA Centre, where finance students use simulation terminals to get hands-on experience of live trading. Minghella Studios is home to our film, theatre and television students and includes 3 professional performance spaces, a 100-seater cinema and an experimental studio space. This is our main quad and the hub of activity on White Knights campus. 2 more of our academic teaching buildings are here, the Edith Morley Building and the Palmer Building. If you have lectures here, you'll be within easy reach of our amazing cafes, including our 100% vegan and vegetarian cafe, Dolce Vita. The Palmer Building has our largest lecture theatre, which can seat over 400 people and is also used as an independent cinema. And this is the Carrington Building, where our student services are based. These include the careers team, the disability advisory service, counselling and wellbeing services, student welfare and financial support. And here's RUSU, our students' union, run by students for students, and you'll automatically become a member when you join. The RUSU building provides a number of services and shopping outlets, including our all-important bookstore. There's also a co-op supermarket and bank situated here, so you'll never be caught without your essentials. This is our brand new library. It's recently undergone full refurbishment, costing over £40 million to make it an incredibly versatile study space. The library is open 24 hours a day, except for Saturday nights, and has its own cafe. It's a great place to study independently and in groups. This is our brand new Health and Life Sciences building. It's equipped with state-of-the-art digital teaching and research labs, and it's also home to our Cole Museum of Zoology, one of 7 museums and special collections that we have here on our campus. This great outdoor space is what we call the wilderness. It includes a natural lake banked by woodland and wildflower meadows, and it's home to all kinds of wildlife. Nearby are the Harris Gardens, with landscape flora collections, an apple orchard, and even a small apiary of beehives. The university also has a secret garden, but we'll leave you to find that. We're now at Early Gate, the opposite end of campus from where we started. On this side of campus, you'll find subjects like agriculture, meteorology, psychology, speech and language therapy, and art and typography. There's more accommodation on this side of campus, with rooms in Bridges and Wessex Hall and views overlooking the lake. And that brings us to the end of our tour. We really hope you've enjoyed looking around White Knights campus with us, and as you've seen, it really does have something for everybody. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.
Hello everyone, my name's Helen and I'm the Regional Manager for Europe and UK International, and I'm going to be talking to you today about our subject highlights here at the University of Reading. So just to briefly go over our portfolio of courses, you can see on the screen there, we offer quite a wide range of subject areas. I would say we offer most common subject areas in the UK, and the main ones we don't is medicine and engineering. But as you can see, we've got quite a large portfolio from agriculture through to business, education, mathematics, psychology. We also have a campus in Malaysia, which my colleague Mega has previously mentioned, and we offer a selection of our courses on this campus that will be taught from Malaysia. These are mainly undergraduate courses, but we also offer a selection of doctoral programs as well, and you can see those detailed on the slide here. So the main areas that we do offer fall under our business school, as well as the accounting and finance programs, law, psychology. I'm now going to briefly talk about some of our subject highlights and the kind of facilities that we have to offer at Reading. So on campus, we have a number of industry standard facilities for students to both learn but also research within. So things like a food processing centre, a 15-hectare crop research unit. We also have NHS clinics on campus for our psychology and speech and language therapy courses, where students are able to learn about how to actually put what they're learning into practice. I've got a number of rankings on the screen there from the Complete University Guide that you can see. So notably, we are 3rd for building, number 9 for speech and language therapy, 12 for arts. I won't read all of them, but you can see there's fantastic rankings on the screen there. I'm now going to briefly talk to you about our business school. So you may or may not have heard of Henley Business School before, but it's one of the oldest business schools in Europe, and it was founded in 1945. Now, the business school has a number of rankings within itself. So you can see that they're 1st in the UK for land and property management, number 7 in the UK for finance, and 40th in the whole world. So the business school is something that we're very, very proud of, and they have purpose-built facilities within the business school. For example, our ICMA Finance Centre, where we regularly have people come and train their companies within that facility. We also have 100% of our students for MSc Digital Business being in employment or further study within 6 months of graduation. So the business school is another element of the university that we're very proud of. I'm now going to pass over to my colleague Shu. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the foundation programs at the university.
Hello everyone, my name is Xu Zhang. I'm Senior Regional Manager for East and Southeast Asia at the University of Reading. So today I'm going to talk about foundation courses and pre-sessional English offered by University of Reading. So at University of Reading, we do offer pathway courses for students who haven't met our degree level qualifications, like for example, for undergraduate foundation, if they haven't got A-level equivalents, they can't start from foundation. We do take students from GCSE level. So for international foundation, we offer 2 types of foundation at University of Reading. So if students haven't quite decided what degrees they want to do, they can start from standalone international foundation program. So this is just 1 year. They can start either in September or January, and then they can go to their progressed degrees. We also offer a 4-year integrated foundation program. So for students who have already decided which degree they want to study, but they haven't quite got the degree, the A-level equivalence for the degree, they can start from this integrated foundation. It's a 4-year program, and it's 1 class. So for the admission process is slightly different. For the standalone foundation, they can apply directly with us. But for the integrated foundation program, they have to apply through UCAS. Apart from that, we also offer pathway programs through our partner On Campus. So On Campus is a private education group, so they offer foundation programs with us. Students also study on campus at our White Knights campus, and they can progress to one of our degrees. For art and degree and business courses, we offer undergraduate pathways exclusively from On Campus in the UK. Students can also do pre-master courses through On Campus. So if they haven't quite met the entry requirement for master's degree, they can do pre-master's degree with On Campus Reading as well. But they have to apply through On Campus directly. And you have to be On Campus agent to get commission from On Campus. So next, I'll talk about pre-sessional courses. So these are for students who want to study with us, have got an offer, but haven't quite met the entry requirement for English. So they need to have a current IELTS or equivalent English resource. And then you can use that result to apply either 6 weeks, we have 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 13 weeks, and as long as 20 weeks of English. We offer English either online or on campus. So for students who want to study on campus in Reading, usually the deadline to apply for pre-sessional is roughly 1 month before the course start date. But if they want to study online, they can also choose to do so. The deadline is a bit more flexible. It's usually 2 to 3 weeks before the course start date. We don't offer all pre-sessionals online. Usually the summer pre-sessionals are offered either online or on campus, but we also have pre-sessionals starting in January, for example. That's usually just on campus. Subject to some other eligibility, for example, students' academic entry requirement, academic degree, and also when their pre-sessional courses ends, we could also offer combined CAS. There is a website to check online to see if they meet entry requirement for combined CAS. Once they finish pre-sessional English, they don't need to sit the English test again. For example, they don't need to sit IELTS again. They just need to pass the pre-sessional to enter their degree course. So that's all about pre-sessional and pathway courses from University of Reading. And now I would like to pass to my colleague Claire to talk more about our accommodation choices.
Hello everyone, my name's Claire. I'm one of the regional managers looking after the Middle East and North Africa here in the Global Recruitment and Admissions team at the University of Reading. And I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about our accommodation and some of our other university facilities. So as a campus university, we're really lucky that we have got a really good range of student accommodation. We have nearly 5,000 rooms available for students to stay in on our campus. The majority of those rooms are going to be based on the White Knights campus, so very easy access to student facilities and your teaching. We have a small number of accommodation halls which are off campus, but these are a 10 to 15 minute walk from the main entrance, so still really easy to access everything you need. You will be guaranteed accommodation as international students for the first year of your course, as long as you apply for your accommodation by the 1st of August in the year that you'll be joining us. There's a great range of different accommodation options for the students to look at. Everyone has their own room, but there's options, for example, to have their own ensuite rooms with private bathrooms. We have premium ensuite rooms. We have a small number of studio flats, and also options with whether you would like to be catered and have your meals provided as part of your accommodation package, or be self-catered. Prices do range depending on the sort of accommodation that you opt for. Prices start at £140 per week, and we've got 40-week and 51-week contracts available. Students in the second and third year of their degrees can apply to stay in university accommodation, but the accommodation guarantee is for new students. So a bit about our other facilities. Very important, our library. It's recently had over a £40 million investment, really nice study space, over 1 million books there, but also access to a lot of the online materials that increasingly students are needing to use. And it's actually open 24 hours a day during term time. So a great place to study in the peace and quiet, and also some nice study pod areas as well. For students interested in sports, we have a wonderful range of different sports facilities and different sports societies that students can get involved with, including a really nice gym. We also have indoor and outdoor tennis courts, athletics pavilions, lots of outdoor sport with things like football, rugby, cricket in the summer. So plenty of things to do, whether it's competitive sport that you're interested in doing or just for relaxation. There's a lot of support for international students at the university. One of the things which we encourage students to have a look at are the free courses that we offer once you're here as a university student to enhance your language and academic skills. So that includes support with academic writing, if you want a little bit of support with speaking. So it's students who've already met the English requirements to start their degree course, but feel they'd like a little bit of extra support whilst you're here. I mentioned about sport, but we've got over 150 different clubs and societies, and you'll find out about those during the Welcome Week. There's opportunities for one-to-one appointments with a range of support staff. I'll talk about careers in a moment, but every student will have an academic tutor who will meet with them regularly to talk about not just their academic side of things, but also their personal issues that they may have, career support, that sort of thing, and things like immigration advisors, study advisors, and so on. And our careers support is something we're very proud of here at Reading, starting right from when you first arrive. If you're interested in a part-time job, then that's something our careers service will help you with. They organise a lot of different careers events, so things like graduate fairs, employers regularly coming onto campus, things like our finance industry insights, our law fair. We have other things with organisations such as Thrive, where undergraduate students are put in touch with some of our alumni who are now working and can help them with careers guidance. Opportunities with our Reading internship scheme to take an internship either whilst you're doing your degree or perhaps over the vacation. And alumni will get access to our careers service up to 2 years after graduation. So it's a support that's there for our students after they've left us as well. So that's been a bit of an overview about our facilities and our accommodation, and I'm now going to hand over to Andy, who's going to talk a bit more about fees and funding support. Thank you.
Almost every building on campus has its own study area. It might be an open space like in Palmer, or a separate room like in Miller Building. Henley Business School, for example, has both an open space and their own tiny library. But of course, the main library on campus has much more options. There is a space for group meetings on the second floor and individual seats on the fourth and third floors. But the most important, you always can go and find a comfortable cubicle with lights and sockets on the third floor behind the bookshelves. We also have a perfect place on the top floor. It's a quiet area for PhD students, but actually for everyone. By the way, if you will need a space to think about what you just read, you can visit Chaplaincy. They have their own reading area with a beautiful window. Whatever you choose, I hope I will see you on campus.
Hello again, it's me, Andy. I'm back talking with you this time about the fees and the funding at the university. So basically, how much it will cost and ways in which we can help support students with some financial aid. And obviously, this tends to be a question we get asked about a lot. So hopefully the next 3 slides will come in very handy for you. So first of all, these are the costs of study for the academic year 24-25, and the academic year here runs from September. So tuition fees are banded normally according to what we would say are classroom-based courses and laboratory-based courses. So obviously sciences tend to be a little more expensive for us to teach, usually have more contact hours, and therefore the tuition fee is higher. For master's programs, we have a lot of non-standard fees, so just be aware that the alert shows those band 1, band 2 fees there. A lot of courses will have a separate tuition fee. It'll be broadly in the range that you see, but the most important thing is that information is published on the website. So whenever a student looks at a profile for any course, it'll show what the fee is. And also, the tuition fees can be paid in 2 installments. So do be aware that although at least 50% of the annual tuition fee must be paid by the time the student commences their studies, they can then pay the second installment in semester 2. If a student has a sponsor, normally an embassy, a government, or something like a full scholarship like Chevening, then we can invoice the sponsor directly, but obviously we will require proof that they have that financial aid already in place. For undergraduate though and PhD, there are only those 2 bands that you see there. It's only master's programs that have those non-standard fees that I mentioned. The currency obviously in the UK is pound sterling, so check exchange rates. There can be some volatility in different bits of the world. And then just finally, at the very top of the slide there, you can see we've given a projection for estimated living expenses. These are variable costs. I'm afraid we can't give you a precise figure. Depends on the accommodation the student selects, the kind of lifestyle they lead, you know, the extent to which they like to go out, the extent to which they just prepare meals in their own accommodation, that kind of thing. But we think that range that we've quoted there up to about £1,400 a month for an individual student is about right. Obviously, if a student brings a family with them, that fee will increase, that living expense will increase quite a bit. So that's how much it'll cost. And this is how we can help students spread the burden of their studies. So our flagship undergraduate scholarship scheme is called the Vice Chancellor's Global Scholarship. Those awards are currently worth £4,000 every year. We give out 100 of those every year to our international students. There's an application process. So although we get their application for study through UCAS, they are asked if they wish to apply for a scholarship, they fill out a separate form. But we contact everybody who's made an offer of admission and give them that opportunity to apply. The photograph you see there is one of our scholars with our university president at the scholarships reception that we hold every year to celebrate the success of our students in receiving these scholarships. Important to stress, £4,000 clearly is not a full ride. It's not going to make a huge difference to the cost of study, but it will obviously make a contribution. And I think the other thing to say here, of course, is it's partly the recognition that comes with a scholarship. These aren't automatic awards. These are given out on the basis of academic merit. The deadline for scholarship applications this year was in the middle of April. We can change the scholarship programs a little from one year to the next, so do just refer to our website to make sure that things haven't changed if you're looking at this a little bit further in the future and it's a new academic year. So that's for our undergraduates. And then for our master's students, a similar process is in place at the moment. They can apply for a scholarship. The master scholarships that my team administer are worth £5,000 each, but we also look after a load of subject scholarships for our academic schools. So that means you could end up with 2 awards of £5,000, making a scholarship of £10,000. There's also awards offered by Henley Business School, which is by some margin our biggest recruiter of master's students. And what will happen is, like the undergraduate scholarships, we publish information on the website, but in order to be considered for the scholarship, you've actually got to have applied for the program and been offered admission. So don't ask us about funding before you've actually applied for the degree. We need to know we can admit you to the programme before we can consider you for financial aid. So lots of scholarships available for master's study. These are just the awards that the university funds themselves. We get a lot of scholarships through donors, through external organisations as well. And a lot of this information, again, is published on the internet site. So, you know, a great number of our students will receive some funding to contribute towards the cost of their studies. So that's scholarships. I'll pass over to Frankie now to talk about entry requirements.
Be yourself and then share out your dream.
So one of the advice I would give to students is for them to keep applying. Yes, because like for me, I applied for the Shifini Scholarship 4 times. If only I would just say no, because I wasn't selected, I don't have to go back again. I won't be here today. I will still be in Liberia. So I will always tell them that they should keep trying. Yeah, because for each time you are closer to your success.
Be authentic and write from your heart.
They have to polish the application, proofread it, and make sure that they have rich background in terms of professionals.
If you get a scholarship email, you should respond to it and at least give it a try, a chance to apply for the same, because that is going to contribute in your education.
Work hard, they make sure they have the best grades, and also to make sure they don't give up. There are quite a number of scholarships around, so they just keep trying. Eventually, you get your way around.
You know what you want and go for it.
For my family, I'm the first person to enter the UK, so I'm so excited.
So when I got the email that I was picked to be to have a scholarship, I was thrilled and I couldn't believe it, and I was even more excited to be here. Being awarded the scholarship means that I could represent my country, Lebanon.
It was my best moment getting Shifini Scholarship, because Shifini is the best scholarship in the world. So I felt that my work is being recognized globally.
It's the most thrilling experience you can ever get. It was a life-changing moment for me, and it can definitely be a life-changing moment for you.
It's really boosted my confidence and it's really saved a lot of money. So I think I'll try to spend my time more mindfully.
The scholarship award means a lot to me because it has reduced my fees and I'm able to manage my expenses, and that's a really big deal. I was very happy, I was very grateful, and I'm very thankful for the scholarship because it has contributed a lot in my education.
I was elated. It is a life-altering moment.
For Liberia, we are only 4 scholars. I'm the only female.
I felt that I'm a leader because Shifini is about leadership.
This meant that I'll be able to study the course of my choice in the best university, best country. Thank you.
Hi, it's Frankie again, and now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the entry requirements here at the University of Reading. So I know this is going to vary quite a lot depending on where your students are coming from, but I wanted to give a broad overview so you've got some idea about the type of level we're hoping students to have. So for undergraduate, if students are coming from an international school type background, whether studying A-levels or IB, for example, then for A-levels, we're looking for somewhere in the region of AAB to BBB, plus some subject-specific grades for certain degree programs that need that prerequisite subject knowledge. For IB, this is normally in the range of about 30 to 34 points. And again, we might ask for certain subjects at higher level or standard level, depending on the particular program in question. Of course, not all students can join directly with undergraduate, but we do have our foundation programs that my colleague Shu talked about previously. And we're usually looking for students to have achieved kind of relatively well in their kind of local high school qualifications, somewhere at the equivalent of about kind of 5 A to Cs, really at IGCSE level. But if you're ever unsure, you can always have a quick look at our website or ask one of the members of the team, and we'll be able to check that for you. For our postgraduate taught courses, most of our degree programs will accept the equivalent of a mid to high 2-2, but some of our what we call premium degree programs, and these are typically our higher ranked programs such as real estate, as an example, they would ask for a 2-1 equivalent. But again, this is going to really vary depending on the country that your students are coming from. And you can always check on our website or with a member of the team to find out what the local equivalent of a 2-2 or a 2-1 is. In terms of English language requirements, typically we're looking usually at about a 6.5 in IELTS, with nothing below a 5.5. But again, this will vary depending on course, and some of our courses might ask for a 7 in IELTS if there's a heavy writing component. For example, in some of our PhD business programs, they'd ask for a 7 in IELTS. And some of our, I guess, more literary heavy postgraduate taught degrees, such as English, might ask for a high level of IELTS because of the amount of writing that you need to do. We do also accept quite a wide range of different English language qualifications. It's not just IELTS. So we accept TOEFL, Duolingo, for example, and a lot of local university qualifications and high school qualifications as well. So again, please just double check on our website or with a member of the team, and we'd be more than happy to check that for you. Hi, it's Frankie again. I hope you've enjoyed this training today and it's given you lots of useful information that you can take out to your students and help them to work out whether or not Reading is the right place for them. If you'd like to find out more information, you can always reach out to your Apply Board regional manager, or you can have a look on our website at www.
Right, so that was about study in the UK, and we talked about two universities: University of Dundee, Scotland, and University of Reading. So I hope you got information that you need to make an independent and informed decision to apply to study in the UK, and which university to select, and what are the facilities, and why you have to apply for these universities, and what you can get in return, the value that the universities are creating for your life. So I am here giving you open information, and so that you can decide the best university, the course, and the location, the campus facilities, the rankings, depending on their services, the level of achievements, all that you can make an independent, informed decision when it comes to higher education. So I'm Asri Pereira. I'm here to support you all the way to the UK for higher education, undergraduate, postgraduate, PhDs, masters in master's research, international foundation. There are different courses that you can study in the UK, and also a top-up degrees. A lot of people are inquiring about whether you can do a top-up, which is the final year MBA or a master's top-up, and also whether you can do the bachelor's top-up. So there are options that you can do, and some people are asking me whether you can come to the UK or with your family. Then yes, the answer is yes. If you are eligible to study in the UK master's research program, yes, you can bring the family. And about the questions that you have, you can contact us all anytime on our WhatsApp numbers displayed on the screen. We have offices in Sri Lanka and in the UK. So if you're someone from any part of the world and you want to get more information about how to apply to study in the UK, we are here to support you. Our hotlines are open 24/7, 365 days a year. We are here to support, and we have helped thousands of students across 14 different countries to come to the UK for higher educational opportunities. Okay, so I have another university that I would like to get you some information about. If you can stay tuned. It's a University of Huddersfield. Right, so University of Huddersfield programs. I'm going to talk about the postgraduate taught programs. University of Huddersfield is based in London, in their London campus. You can join a vibrant international community at the University of Huddersfield, London, and embrace all that London has to offer. Yes, London is the economic hub of the world, and it has lots of opportunities that can offer for the international student, somebody who's a fresh graduate or someone who's having first life's experience in international markets. That London is a best city that you can start your career. So London has a lot more to offer. So if you want to start studying University of Huddersfield London campus, you are getting what the university has to offer, plus what the city London has to offer. University of Huddersfield campus offers a modern building and the facilities you need to succeed, whether you can immerse yourself in your studies surrounded by like-minded students. University Huddersfield is a good choice for you if you're thinking about making your education count. By choosing to study at the University of Huddersfield, London, you're not only investing in your future but positioning yourself in an environment rich with opportunities. So the campus is designed to provide you with an exceptional educational experience, offering a modern, well-equipped learning environment and a curriculum shaped by strong industry connections. That is what very, very interesting about the education, because that the experience and exposure that will give it to you during the course, that may create your future, and it will open doors to a lot of opportunities. University of Huddersfield is has received 5 QS stars for employability in 2023, so which is a wonderful achievement. And also you can boost your career prospects with master's degree. If you join University of Huddersfield, you can get a competitive edge in the global workplace by choosing to study a postgraduate taught program at the University of Huddersfield, London. Whether you are starting out in your field of work and want to further master your passion, or you're interested in taking your career in a new direction, by studying a master's, you'll be making an investment in your future with career-focused academic programs based in the UK's Centre of Business and Industry. You'll be able to get the best position and get noticed by the global employers. Also, you can be guided by experts who are committed to your ambitions. At the University of Huddersfield, London, the university is specialised in teaching international students. All tutors will either be academic with a PhD or with other and advanced degree, or they are working in their field with a master's qualification, meaning you'll be gaining a world-class education. The world's best city for students, London. London offers an exceptional experience for international students, blending diverse cultures, rich history, and endless opportunities for your career development. Studying at the University of Huddersfield, London gives you more than just a master's. It provides practical preparation to help you become a successful professional in the global market. Global careers start here. As a global business capital, London is home to thousands of companies, including major multinationals like HSBC, Citibank, Amazon, and Apple. This makes London an ideal place to launch your global career. The University of Huddersfield, London integrates real-world industry experience into curriculum, ensuring you graduate with skills and connections needed to succeed. The city offers plenty of opportunities for internships, placements, and part-time jobs and graduate routes, or which may available to you depending on your visa and your skills and abilities. The University of Huddersfield has an excellent reputation for graduate employability, with 94% of its graduate students are going to work or further study within 15 months of graduating. Working in the UK, yes, if your student visa allows you to work up to maximum of 20 hours a week during term time and full time during holidays, then you are eligible to find jobs because you're based in London, which has millions of businesses and opportunities. After graduating in the UK, you can access the graduate immigration route, a 2-year post-study work visa for international students and graduating from the UK university. Now it is 18 months, I guess. Right, so London's diversity is one of the greatest strengths, creating an inclusive and welcoming environment for international students with more than 300 languages spoken. London is truly a global city where you will find a sense of belonging no matter where you live from. The city celebrates its multiculturalism through numerous cultural events and the places of worship, including St. Paul's Cathedral, Central London mosques, and temples and more. The city is famous for its festival and events throughout the year, including the Notting Hill Carnival, the Thames Festival, and seasonal markets such as Greenwich Market, just a short journey from the University of Huddersfield London campus. You can experience London for yourself. There's a reason students and professionals from across the world enjoy the benefits of living in London. The city offers plenty of entertainment options, including countless live music and sports venues, theaters, cinemas, karaoke, and cafes and comedy clubs. There are also opportunities to explore arts and culture, with many galleries and museums offering free admissions for discount prices for students. From iconic landmarks, the Tower of London and the Buckingham Palace, to world-renowned shopping centres such as Oxford Street, Covent Garden, and Spatial Fields Market, and the UK's capital is full of things to do, whether you are exploring museums like the British Museum, enjoying the latest art and music, and shopping at one of the hundreds of international supermarkets. London's diverse culture never disappoints. So, London is ranked world's #1 student city in QS Best Student Cities Index 2025, and London's extensive network of public transport and 6 international airports make it easy to explore the job opportunities both in the UK and abroad. Okay, so this is the University of Huddersfield, London. It is based in the center of London, Zone 2. Yeah, perfectly situated close to the business district of Canary Wharf, the expansive Westfield Stratford shopping centre, and the lively Spatial Fields Market. The area provides a unique blend of professional opportunities and dynamic student life. Okay, so this is the location of the University of Huddersfield, London. And okay, so let's talk about the master's mastery of fields with industry experts. Take the next step towards your career ambitions with postgraduate study at the University of Huddersfield, London. Why study a master's with University of Huddersfield? It's because the university is committed to providing the highest quality education. That's why you have to learn from the industry leaders who are both accomplished and passionate about their fields. So you're getting the benefits from mix of tutorials and lectures, expert teaching, dedicated support, and career preparation. 94% of University of Huddersfield's postgraduate students go to work or to further study within 15 months of their graduating. This is the statistics from Graduate Outcomes 2021-2022. Right, so we are talking about University of Huddersfield and what are where's the location and why you should consider University of Huddersfield for your higher education and how the university can support you. All right, so yeah, career development is the main thing in any university, and they are focusing on getting you the best opportunity in the industry by working together with the industry partnerships to make sure that you are work ready when you graduate. So postgraduate taught programs that the University of Huddersfield has. Okay, so study a master's with the University of Huddersfield, London, and tailor your qualification to your own personal and career interests. The interdisciplinary option modules available on the programs to ensure you get the most out of your studies. Now, for example, MSc Management. If you get enrolled to Masters in Management, you can enhance your knowledge and critical understanding of concepts and models that can be applied to the analysis of strategic issues facing an organization. Understand key management areas such as marketing, finance, people management, and strategy. Applying real-world business case studies to develop your professional and leadership skills. So the program details, how much it's going to cost, the core modules and optional modules. You can get all the information from us. If you want to text your requirement to this number displayed on the screen, we are here to support you. All right, so we are talking about University of Huddersfield postgraduate programs. They have MSc Management with Marketing, MSc Management with International Business, MSc Management with Entrepreneurship. So these are very important and interesting programs. You can select your program according to your preference, your future ambitions, and your skills and your passions. So if you take MSc Management with Entrepreneurship, which is that very important area where it will develop your entrepreneurial mindset while looking at the core principles of management, giving emphasis to the curiosity, creative thinking, and future thinking, and also vision and imagination. Understand key management areas such as marketing, finance, people management, and strategy. Applying real-world business case studies to develop your professional and leadership skills. You'll benefit from guidance on launching a new venture or growing your existing one as part of the new venture creation final module. So it's very important if you are someone who's having a business idea and you want to become an entrepreneur in the future. So these core modules, these education programs will give you hands-on experience, understanding, knowledge that is required for you to become an entrepreneur. For example, the core modules that you will learn will include fundamentals of management, the curious mindset, the global professional, and the fundamentals of leadership, new venture creation. And optional modules are intelligent business information systems, global business and human rights, management accounting, and managing sustainable challenges. So you can select your preference of specialization depending on your purpose or your ambitions. So MSc in International Business is also open for you if you want to start studying. September intake is now open. We are recruiting international students to September intake, University of Huddersfield. Send a message to the number displayed on the screen. We are here to support you. MSc Computing is also open, so you can contact us if you need further information about how to apply to study in University of Huddersfield. University of Huddersfield also offers some accommodation. At the University of Huddersfield, London, you'll find services and support networks to help you thrive in your studies and social life. So there are progress coaches, career and employability, health and well-being support, student assistance program, student insurance and accommodation. So there are a wide range of student accommodations available at the Stratford and surrounding areas to all budgets. Choose from purpose-built student accommodation to rental apartments, all within walking distance from the campus. Once you confirm the place with your university master's program, the university will contact you to support you with finding accommodation. Alternatively, you can contact us. We are here to support all the way to the University of Huddersfield, London. Right, so thank you so much for joining me with me today. Every day, social media live. I come live on social media platforms on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube to get you more information about how to apply to study abroad, how to select your preferred course, how you have to apply for the universities, how to prepare yourself for higher education, what are the requirements, how much it's going to cost. All your questions are answered. So send us a message. I'm available on social media platforms if you want to contact, and I am here to support you all the way. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow as well. So every day, morning time in UK, I will come live to get you more information, unleashing the higher education opportunities in the world. So if you're someone who's interested to study abroad or visit abroad, we do some visit visas as well and some work visas to some countries. You can contact us. There are opportunities for everyone. So if you're anybody who's looking forward, if you're qualified enough, if you are skillful enough, if you are eligible enough, then we can support all the way. Thank you for joining with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.